This is Nearly Offshore Gaming, bringing you an episode of Grand Tactician Civil War, 1861 to 1865. This is our Confederate playthrough. It is taken from a Twitch livestream. I hope you enjoy it, and please like and subscribe. Leave me a comment so that I can continue to improve the content. Let's get into the episode. The British declared neutrality. Royal Navy to avoid American ports. Any blockades to be monitored by Admiral Milne. The Admiralty to reinforce Milne. And 4,300 regular British troops in Canada. Which 4,300 troops is not going to do a lot. I'm almost... Hold up. So now that our readiness is at least in orange, we can begin to build depots, which we're going to need to do pretty much everywhere to keep our armies in supply. Let's see if, right there. Yeah, Magruder's sitting here out of supply. Definitely need to get the Richmond depot built so he has no food. His condition is poor and low ammunition. Interesting. All right. Nashville has a depot. Fort Smith has a depot. And we've dissolved all our other forces. Looks like the home squadron is blockading Charleston. So 119 guns. Let's go ahead and send the Savannah Squadron. Actually, we should probably go ahead and send all of our squadrons to port. No need to have them just floating out in the middle of nowhere. James River Squadron will send them north. Let's take a look. Savannah Squadron, 78 guns, 68 firepower. Fuel sailing ships only, which is exactly what we wanted. So once we get the 4 frigates, we'll have over almost 300 guns and 3 times what the home squadron does. Yeah, so that's what we will wait on there. New Orleans Squadron, if you would be so kind as to get into port. All right. Let's just do a quick check. So the Virginia forces originally were built with the idea that they were troops from around the Confederacy. So Alabama, Mississippi, Hampton, South Carolinians, which we've added Stephen D. Lee's South Carolinians to, which actually it would probably be smart for us to just combine the South Carolina State Militia with the Hampton Legion, but we're not yet. I do would like to increase or get at least some decent weapons in their hands. D.H. Hill with his infields, Stephen D. or Fitzhugh, excuse me. We will give you Maynards, which right now is our long-range cavalry weapon. For the Highlanders, I want, so these are going to be sharpshooters. They're going to, when we get the Whitworth rifle, that's what they're getting. So the Mississippis, for them, slower to reload, but extremely long range. Pretty good, very good accuracy, yeah. Loring, take some Springfields. Hood, we will get Springfields as well. And we will rename this. We'll rename it maybe a couple times through the campaign, but it will start as Hood's Texas Brigade. There we go. And finally, Nathaniel Evans. All right. Hampton, your Legion is getting demoted to Springfields so that Evans might use the Mississippis. This is going to be the Louisiana Special. That's how it's going to start. It's a special battalion. And then once we get some battle experience, I do want to change and relabel these. So this will become the Louisiana Tigers. Hood's Brigade will just become the Texas Brigade. This will become just the Highlanders Brigade or the Georgia Highlanders or something of that nature. I want some development in my units. So we don't have any Tennesseans yet. There were a handful that fought in the Eastern Theater. So we'll recruit those. And they will actually be under the purview of a Floridian, Kirby Smith. Kentucky, no thank you. Georgia is the last one we can actually recruit from right now. Let's get something other than yellow for our boys. Yeah, light gray. So from Georgia, Richard H. Anderson, probably one of the better, more competent commanders, especially at the beginning of the war. And that rounds out, so 16,000 for Beauregard. We haven't increased Johnson. He's basically Jackson. So this is Jackson's brigade, the Rockbridge Artillery, Stewart, and then the Georgia State Militia Artillery. Got Napoleon's there. Let's just take a look. So we can do some howitzers, some field guns. We'll go ahead and add the howitzers in for them. That's the Forrest commanding the Savannah Squadron. All right, we've issued 25 million more bonds. So our current interest rate is 8.2%. Credit rating still AAA, but we're at 60 million in debt now. And let's take a quick look at policies. Once again, we could get the reboard muskets. I don't think they're worth it. I think that getting European weapons faster or Confederate armaments faster is the better course of action. So we will wait on that and speed things along. We're hoping we do not get invaded and just driven back across the board. All right, we've got more ships. So this is the Clarence, Lapwing, Memphis, and Tacony. Let's just double check. Okay, those are the barks. So we would go Savannah Squadron. These are 6 guns each. So there's another 24 guns, so that would put that over 100. The sloops of war will give us, what is that, 36, and then 200 from the frigates. So this is going to be quite a powerful unit. Pretty much only able to take on 1 blockading fleet at a time. But let's see, we have a recruitment crisis. The Union unable to fill the ranks. I'm glad. The Congress in an emergency meeting knew draft laws being drafted, or draft laws being forced recruitment feared. And that's exactly where I am headed. And we are not that far away from starting conscription. I still think, I'm going to guess that our first battle is going to happen over here. I think they're going to come down the valley. Johnson is the better, more experienced commander over here. Beauregard is the more famous. Let me just make sure that's true. Yeah, Beauregard is more famous. Johnson's better. I don't want to start divisions this early. Historically, divisions would not have been formed really until late 61, early 62. and core would not be a thing until after the Peninsula Campaign, so almost mid 62. Where's Missouri State Guard? You're still lacking horses, but your readiness is getting better. Western Army. Do we have the ability to go ahead? So we already get 500 Indian Territory. This is what I would like to do. Actually, need to change that. Yes, that's so much better. We do have 2 commanders from the inventories, Stan Watty being one of them. We will rename this the Cherokee Mounted Rifles. And to that end, they will get the Springfield Musketoons. And that is our first Native American unit. Okay, so the current blockade situation. Oh, we have more movement. So we have the Department of Pennsylvania with 13,000 troops. They look like they're heading towards the Army of Shenandoah. So for this, it's going to take 1 day to move these forces. And nearly everybody is in position. But we are going to stack that army. And hey, if we get attacked at Manassas, we will lose. But I am handicapping myself a little bit trying this strategy, going the conscription route early. I just want to double check. Merrill carbines. Oh, they're 2 days away. Okay. Let's see if I can. How do we get 4 parents? I don't know, but I will take them. Yeah, 12-pounder field gun's better than the 6-pounder. Yep. And we'll go 12-pounder. I think that's it. All right, let's see which way are they headed? Which way did they go, George? Which way did they go? Currently nightfall, coming up on the AM. So marching south. Are they going to take a right or a left? Or keep going straight? It looked like they took a right. Are they seriously just going to camp in between the 2 armies? Oh. Nope, they're heading to the valley. Perfect. So this is going to be an odd battle. The Union will be attacking the South from the south. Okay. So this is the first battle of the war. Robert Patterson against Joseph Eggleston Johnson. The Battle of Winchester, May 31st, 1861. So about a month earlier than historic Battle of Bull Run or Manassas. Be interested to see with the 0.9 patch if there's. They said there's going to be better coordination and better movement on the battlefield for the AI. I am curious to see how that actually plays out. We should be on the defensive and with equal numbers, and these are the best weapons I can put in the field. I think we have an advantage. I mean, any army on the defensive would have an advantage. This is both of our armies. I mean, this is the first combat, so all of these troops are green. The only advantage I have is some parity in numbers and better weapons, and presumably better commanders. Patterson was not, well, he wasn't a horrible commander, but certainly not a standout by any means. All right, get rid of the field book. The enemy army is green. Morale is reported to be confident. Their supply situation is outstanding. And our army's also outstanding supply. Yeah, so they are coming from our usual point of attack, the Front Royal Pike, due north. So the road to Romney, Virginia, is the objective. Oh, I would very much like to hold this ridge line. The only problem is they might run through Kernstown and flank. But I kind of want to bet on them coming through Winchester. So we are going to go to a single line formation. Get rid of the maps and whatnots. I will hand place our units. Yeah, so we will be some space with artillery in between. That's not far enough up. How's that? Nope, too far up. I have seen the AI cavalry be very aggressive. I do want to place my infantry in support. Let's see. I think we're good there. That being said, so my force will be there. We'll also put cavalry right here, or sorry, we'll put the artillery right there with our cavalry units in support, at least for now. I might redistribute the cavalry, but let's go ahead, get some decent spacing on these units. Want to make sure, so we are looking at a second ridge line maybe. Your Springfield muskets, so you do have. All right. Then finally, we'll set you luring down on the flank. The artillery gets placed here. And yeah, here. So even that small gap with the height elevation is going to provide us with the artillery good fields of fire. I am worried about the flanking maneuver. So we'll set Fitzhugh down here. Actually, no, I don't want to trip them up and come this way. So Stewart will sit off of Mercer's battery to protect against a cavalry charge. And Fitzhugh Lee will guard our most southern approach in case they're not coming through Winchester. And this defensive line is useless. Actually, and also to that end, so we do have a strong defensive position here. We have a stone wall and a fence line. I'm going to take that fence line. So this is a right click to start. I'm going to drag over to about where I want it. Right click to finish, and actually that did not take, and I cannot see it. So move the cavalry over here. Let's see why. All right. If it's red, it won't build. So I've gone too far. But right click, and so the last two portions there doesn't look like it wants to take. So I will right-click and left-click. And it only builds what wasn't in red. So I'll move, actually I'll move Lee onto the hill. Yeah, that's my, they aren't going to be able to come over here. They may come straight through the woods. But realistically, I can't attest for that. So I think extending this line, this will be our, if they're coming up from the south, not through Winchester, this will be our defensive line that we'll run to. All right. Begin the battle. One of the things you can do is if you get down close, you can see the dirt and dust being thrown up by a major army moving. So this is their forces moving. We don't know what yet, but we can at least see which roads they take. So the first junction is going to be here, whether they continue straight or go left. We are at max speed. It's only 11 in the morning. They'll be slow. And actually, you can hear. So that's some cavalry. Cavalry is moving. And that's going to take them a second to get all their forces sorted out as they enter and on the road moving. And they are taking this. All right. Now this right now still leads into Winchester and into where I want them. Do they take this road? And actually they're taking this road too. So I think they will continue and they're going to come through Winchester. One command I would like to issue is long-range fire for our infantry. And let's get back. Okay, so yeah, they're still traveling north. The cavalry is, yep, they're still marching along this road, which we will, artillery can begin to fire on them in this area. The other portion, we can see them still on the road up here. They're going to come down this way into Winchester, so it's going to be a matter of where they break off to attack. All of our forces are on elevation. I mean, that is an amazing field of fire. Mercer's battery, I don't think they could wish for better field of fire. All right, so we have opened fire with the South Carolina State Militia and the Rockbridge Artillery, Napoleons and 12-pounder field guns. Looks like we have 2 units of cavalry approaching from the south through the town of Winchester. They are turning into the town and stopping. Okay, so our artillery should still have field of fire. All right, we're going to slow it down. They are charging Ewell up the high ground. All right, they stopped to fire. They're dismounting. We want to, let's turn our brigades. I don't want to, always want to get local superiority, even if you're outnumbered. Get as many guns firing on the enemy as possible. So these guys are still in range here. These guys are just getting out of range of Jones. The Rockbridge Artillery and the South Carolina State Militia are both still firing. Ewell it's taken about 90 casualties so far. Cavalry's about to be out of range of their guns, and he's still firing. All right. So, D.R. Jones, if you would, redress your position. My force, they're almost out of range. In fact, I think they are. So we will redress to the front. So Ewell lost about 91 men. We have routed one cavalry force. Second one, so between the two, taking about 200 casualties. Okay, did not see that. Sumner. All right. Edwin Sumner would become a corps commander. He charged straight into Loring's brigade. 1,500 men against 500. 5 casualties against 138. That being said, Williams' brigade may have been involved. All right. So with that, I definitely want to bring Stephen D. Lee, or Fitzhugh Lee over. Stonewall, I want to turn so we can begin to fire into the cavalry. Loring, please rally. So yes, the morale is broken. It's their first battle and fighting spirit. They lost resilience. This will force them to break completely if this fills up. It only filled up 1.5 hearts. So we still have a ways to go. Rockbridge artillery still firing. Looks like, yeah, everybody except for these guys are in the action. Now the question is, are they going to advance that far? If not, then I can use this grouping to come in and swing down on them. But Fitzhugh is getting ready to open fire. First Cavalry is taking casualties from Jackson's brigade as he stands strong. And now they're taking fire from Fitzhugh Lee. They're nearly broken. I don't think it'll take long. So Jackson, if you would, redress to the front. Fitzhugh, yes, we're outnumbered, but we will dismount. I think we outranged them. Yeah, there's one casualty. All right, so routing. I think that's pretty much all their cavalry can do. So with that, I will also bring Stewart's cavalry down here to reinforce that flank. Johnson, we're going to need to be down here. Definitely looks like that's where they're forming. In fact, yeah, Thomas's brigade, which I wonder if that's George Thomas. So I already drove back Edwin Sumner, corps commander for McClellan. Lawler's cavalry, Wallace's cavalry. McCall may be advancing. If he's advancing on Jones, that's probably our weakest brigade. Looks like we have Hooker, Joe Hooker. All right. This is an artillery duel at the moment. South Carolina artillery, I kind of want to move you into this gap also. So let's move you down here. Everybody else should be firing. Yeah, artillery is protected, able to fire. That's what we want to see. Fitzhugh has lost one soldier. Jeb Stewart is moving to reinforce him. So once again, on this front, looks like they're beginning to move forward. But yeah, Loring, rally. And you can hover over here. Morale's now at 3%. Basic rally value 11% per hour. Commander attributes 3% per hour. They're supported, so 5% per hour. Nearby commanders is 12% an hour. Hurting them is low cohesion, so that'll slow the morale benefit. And the overall change per hour, 21%. So it does give you a very good break breakdown of where their morale's coming from. Fatigue is recovering, so that might actually help. Or actually, no. So Johnson moving away. So if we're gonna get these guys, and honestly, the cavalry, we might want to move Stewart back. As much as I would like to get Stewart in the action, we'll move him back. Okay, it does look like Thomas of some variety is moving against Stonewall. So we're about to get Jackson's men firing. There they go. And we'll adjust our ranks so that the Union is a little bit, so that we're in better position to get all guns firing. All right, Thomas has taken 40 casualties. He's advancing. Jackson's reloading. So yeah, 71%, which is their first battle, so the morale is capped. Commander attributes actually plus or minus 0. But it's going to increase by 31% because they're supported and because the cavalry is nearby. So if you need to rally your units, get your cavalry nearby. All right, they are not stopping. So I'm going to bring Fitzhugh Lee in to start firing on them also. And actually, if Stewart, turn around. Dismount. Yeah. So now we have the cavalry firing into them. They've taken 100 casualties. We're going to mount. I might have to do a count. Oh, nope, nope, nope. Whoa, what just happened? What on earth? First off, first battery with 5 stars. What in the world just happened? Their morale went to 0.6. Okay. On 600 casualties. Okay, I'm not going to say that this game has bugs. I'm not going to say that. What I will say is you should verify the integrity of the game files every so often. And I think that may be a case here. So with that, yeah, I'm gonna exit the game. I think this stream is going to be over. I will post. You'll break this up into smaller segments. Post it on YouTube. Also, Nearly Offshore Gaming, where you can check that out if you would like. The victory is ours. Minor victory. Let's see here. I mean, we really didn't have a fight, but who did the best? Jackson's Brigade. All right. Is that enough for them to earn their moniker as the Stonewall Brigade? I don't know. But yeah, so we will save, we will exit, we will verify game integrity, and I will come back on Twitch this evening with a different game. Thank you for watching this restarted campaign, Confederate campaign, and Grand Tactician, the Civil War. Hope you enjoyed it. I tried to include as much tutorial tonight as I could as stuff came up. So I hope you got to maybe learn something you hadn't seen before. This is 1.09, so it is the latest beta or latest version development patch, and the first time I have played that. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Consider clicking on the next video also. This has been Nearly Offshore Gaming. Till next time.